tropical Tampa turns into a frosty Frozen Four, and more future NHL stars in Game 2 of our semifinal doubleheader. Adam Fantilli will likely be the second pick of the NHL draft in June. Luke Hughes could be a Devil next week, helping them during the playoffs. Two future NHL stars trying to send Michigan to the title game. Yanni Peretz, so much pressure on the Quinnipiac Bobcat goaltender as that school goes for its first national championship in school history. Night has fallen in beautiful Florida. 3 teams remain with a chance to win the national championship. Minnesota will be one. Who will be the other? Find out now. It's the Quinnipiac Bobcats. It's the Michigan Wolverines. Michigan extended its NCAA record for most Frozen Fours by making their 27th all-time appearance, searching for their NCAA best 10th national championship. But first, in 25 years, it's been a while. Welcome to Game 2. I'm John Butchergrass. Victoria Arlen will also join me, and Colby Cohen, who you also see. And Colby, we saw future NHL stars in Game 1 of our doubleheader with Logan Cooley and Matthew Nyes, and we're going to see a couple more for the Michigan Wolverines, led by Adam Fantilli.
Yeah, this has been a star-studded Frozen Four that we have on our hands, and in the nightcap, we're going to watch Adam Fantilli show the world why he's one of the best hockey players on the planet, not playing in the NHL. And when you see a 6'2" man that can skate, that can separate the way Adam Fantilli can, he's learned to use his size to create a little bit of extra separation, a big-time goal scorer, gets his team back in the game late against the Penn State Nittany Lions, and 19 is going to be a tough task for anyone to handle throughout this Frozen Four.
Yeah, his 29 goals, second in the country, 64 points, leads the nation, 10 power play goals, plus 32, and also won 52% of his faceoffs so far this season. The storyline is very simple for Game 2. The most prolific offense against the stingiest defense. The Wolverines looking for their 10th national championship. The Quinnipiac Bobcats looking for their first. It's David, it's Goliath. And the battle is just about on here in Tampa. The Bobcats are led by their goaltender in net. Part of that stingy defense, Yanni Peretz, 32-4-3. 10 shutouts this year, 11 shutouts last year. The 23-year-old has had an elite college hockey career. At the other end, Eric Portillo, the 22-year-old, originally a Sabres draft pick, traded to the Los Angeles Kings. No shutouts this year, compared to Peretz having 10.
Yeah, Portillo standing about 6'6", so if you're the Bobcats, you want to elevate that puck any opportunity you get, because that is a large individual in all those goalie pads.
Adam Fantilli against Skylar Brindamore, son of Rod Brindamore, head coach of the Hurricanes and former Michigan State Spartan. And Brindamore breaks his stick on the jaw. We saw that multiple times in Bridgeport in the regional. And Peretz gets an early touch. Game 1 saw the Gophers come out and smother the BU Terriers early. What will happen here? As the Bobcats enter with Brindamore. Back to DeYoung. Ethan DeYoung in front. Goes through the blue paint. The Wolverines remain unscathed. DeYoung, number 10. Playing his college game number 183. As the Bobcats have a bit of a tough time on the change, but now get it going. Top line out there for the Bobcats. Quillen, Graf, and Lipkin. Quinnipiac is off to a good start, Colby.
Yeah, I like this Lipkin line. They get down, they go to work, not afraid to grind you out. We saw in the regionals how smothering they are in the neutral zone. This is going to be a good game. This is going to be a battle of will, Butchie.
Yeah, Michigan's the youngest team in the country. Again, they have multiple teenagers. Second line of Fantilli, McGroarty, and Brindley are all teenagers. Nazar is 19 years old. Hughes is 19 years old. Seamus Casey is 19-year-old. Brendan Naurato, the head coach, has a young team. Quinnipiac has no teenagers on their team.
And Brendan Naurato, a young guy himself, Butchie.
Yes. Now, hasn't signed the contract officially, but was finally offered the head coaching job after having the interim tag all year long. Of course, Rand Pecknold, the head coach of the Quinnipiac Bobcats. At one point, he was in Brendan Narado's shoes in year one. He built this Quinnipiac program from scratch, from a broom closet in D2 to a D1 powerhouse. This is their third Frozen Four since 2013. And they're off to a good start here against the mighty Michigan Wolverines. Pecknold is in his 29th season as Quinnipiac's bench boss. Again, he ushered the program into D1 during the 90s. Look at that experience, Colby. What does that mean as a former college hockey champion?
Well, when you get into a game like this, for a young teenager, the nerves, you never know how they're going to be. So when you see all those games played for all those Bobcats, you can see guys who are going to probably settle in, probably have a little less nerves early in this hockey game.
This is the one Michigan line with experience. Nick Granowitz is 25 years old. Estapa, 21. Nolan Moyle, 23 years old. His birthday is coming up on the 13th, so he's about to turn 24. So this is the one veteran line for Michigan. Moyle, fathered by Jaden Lee, hit hard behind the net. And now the Wolverines, with this older veteran line, can grind along the boards. For this line, it'll be the most important weekend of their hockey life. There's not NHL superstardom for some of these, so this is it. They're all in. Here's Luke Hughes. Of course, brother Jack didn't play college hockey. Brother Quinn, a former Michigan Wolverine. Luke Hughes is a future Devil when this season ends for Michigan.
Near future Devil.
Either this weekend in Boston on ABC, Saturday night, or if they win this one game, they'll have to wait for next week. Fantilli with a hit as DeYoung brings it in. Brindley hit hard, pasted by DeYoung. Again, that's a veteran, not a teenager.
A good pace to this hockey game too, Butchie.
Good hard hit by Jake Johnson, number 3, as Brindley flying in the zone, the draft eligible. He'll be a first-round pick this June. Talked to an NHL scout who says number 4's draft stock is rising. Could be a penalty. It is. Early power play.
He's going to go for using that free hands. Ethan Edwards. He's being aggressive, climbing down the wall on DeYoung.
Michigan penalty, number 73, 2 minutes, holding.
Yeah, if you're not going to squeeze the wall as a defenseman, when you rush down, you got to make sure you know where their outside shoulder is on your inside shoulder, and he just loses a little bit of body position. He's got to grab that free hand.
Yep.
Rutger McGroarty letting the Bobcat bench know that he thinks that was a dive.
Power play Bobcats, Brindamore in the faceoff. We'll redo it again after Estapa won the draw.
Yeah, this Bobcat power play, they've got weapons. Graf, he's a one-timer option. DeYoung, he'll play in the middle, and he's a shooter. Lipkin will play on the other flank. You know, he's a guy who's not afraid to call his own number. So there's dangerous players on this power play. 23 Metza, he'll facilitate from the top of the point.
Certainly have a goalie with 10 shutouts, but don't forget, this is the 3rd highest scoring team in the country. They have multiple lines, they will roll them, and they have a lot of confidence in guys, even with not the greatest offensive numbers. We'll hold up here in the clock a second as you see some time has gone off on the power play. Should be at a full 2 minutes, 50-50 face-off. And Graf comes out with it. Colin Graf kept in by Zach Metza. And the Bobcats are set up, looking for the game's first goal. Graf down below. Shot high and wide. DeYoung, number 10, has a wicked wrist shot. He had 18 goals during the season. Brindamore can't get it through. It deflects into the corner. Graf tries to fish it out. Estapa gets to it first. Just gets it out off the body of Metza. Quinnipiac is a confident, play on their toes team. Puck goes flying into the crowd off the stick of Hughes. Face-off will remain in the Michigan end. Once again, the rule in college is not an automatic penalty when you send the puck over the glass. It's referee's discretion. As we look at Sam Lipkin there, who, like Colby, grew up in the Philadelphia area.
Their moms went to high school together at Lower Marion High School.
Nice.
Well known for Kobe Bryant.
Lipkin's an Arizona draft pick. Could be a Logan Cooley line mate someday in the desert. 7th round pick. He had a goal and 3 assists in the regional. Real well-rounded player. Number 28. It has the puck now and he rims it around. Portillo can't stop it. That allows Graf to get it. Graf, nice pass to the point. Wrist shot high and wide. Rebound in front and cleared by Michigan.
I love the confidence out of Sam Lipkin there, the freshman, calling his own number, not afraid to bury the head and shoot one towards the net. We saw it in the regional, and we will continue to see it this evening.
Almost banked in off the glass and in off of Portillo's back. You mentioned his height. That's a big backboard to use. As Quillen bounces it towards the net behind Portillo. He's not a great puck handler. So Quinnipiac with some strategic dump-ins could get some opportunities. Pass goes outside the zone, so Quinnipiac will have to regroup. Power play winding down. No shots on goal yet. Again, they steal from Portillo in front. Oh, golden chance for Quillen. Once again, Portillo not the cleanest of puck handlers. Pass over. Quillen waiting. Can't get it through. Quillen again. Pass across. Puck still loose. Quinnipiac still has it. 5-on-5 now. Shot. Blocker save. Bounce in the air. Bank shot it in. Score! Jacob Quillen gets the Bobcats on the board first.
Well, the start of this hockey game has been all Quinnipiac, and it starts with Jaden Lee fading out on the right point and just getting a puck towards the net, but look at it ping-ponging around in front of Portillo, and just a continuous onslaught of pressure is going to end with a bank shot from behind the net by Jacob Quillen, who got moved down to the the top line late in the season and has just been phenomenal.
Power play had just expired, but there was still that power play momentum that you sometimes see when it does come to an end and it's 5-on-5. Now Michigan has to respond. Sam Iskevich had a chance. Now Lombardi gets it out. Nice play. He's got numbers. Lombardi has plenty of numbers. Lombardi! Oh, what a defensive play! And back the other way come the Wolverines. Jay Kieran, an outstanding sweep check. That was a golden opportunity for the Bobcats to go up 2-0. Here come the Wolverines. Blocked to the corner as Ethan Edwards send one to the net. And Duke can't quite keep it in.
Well, you're certainly not going to keep the Wolverines off the scoreboard. This is going to be a high-flying game.
6.5 minutes in. No shots for Michigan yet. This game has all kinds of pace. That's how Quinnipiac plays every game. That's why they've been one of the best teams in the country the last 2 years. 64-11-6. Almost a golden opportunity.
The ice is a little chipped up already. Something we'll keep an eye on. This is the second game.
And a low score! Seamus Casey, the Florida native, with some magic to tie the game.
What a goal by the New Jersey Devil draft pick, Seamus Casey. Look at the slippery puck handling ability. Just curls it into his feet. Uses his body to shield himself, walks across the crease, sticks his leg out to buy himself some time. Oh, wow. That is a SportsCenter top 10 goal.
First shot on goal of the game for Michigan. 90 seconds after the Bobcats made it 1-0. Seamus Casey. Luke Hughes isn't the only high-end New Jersey Devil draft pick on this Michigan team.
Wow.
Hard hitting affair early.
What a treat this first 8.5 minutes has been.
His 8th goal of the year, the 19-year-old. Just grew up a couple hours down the road in Fort Myers. Florida native, just like Gavin Brindley is. A couple of Florida natives who knew that this Frozen Four was going to be held in Florida. And we're thinking, wouldn't that be cool to play a Frozen Four in our home state? Well, here they are. And here's that super slippery Seamus Casey, the 19-year-old, the second-round pick. What a start, Colby Cohen.
It has been high-flying. Starts with Jacob Quillian, the bank shot for the Bobcats. And then it's the skill of Seamus Casey, the slippery puck move.
Colby Cohen, this is your kind of player.
Yeah, we got a chance to talk to Brandon Naurato, and he used the term slippery about Seamus Casey. And I will let this do the talking. What a play by the young defenseman, number 26 in blue, the Jersey Devil draft pick, calling his own number.
What a start. Quinnipiac is a fearless bunch, led by their confident head coach, Rand Pecknold. They have no doubt they can win this game, that they can play step for step, pace for pace at least. They need their goalies to make some big saves. Just hold down some of this vaunted NHL first-round pick talent. Here come the Bobcats now. The first shot on goal of the game goes in for Michigan. This Bobcat team, again, a veteran team. They will not falter from what they're trying to do. Friedman, the 25-year-old third-line center with it. Passes in front, heads towards Portillo, who makes the save and covers up.
One of the officials just giving Michigan a little warning about their changes. Tell them that's a little bit close. We're keeping an eye on the too many men stuff.
Hockey East crew calling the game.
They don't have numbers on their jersey, Butchie, so I can't tell you who's who. But
Stephen Ullard and Jeremy Tufts are the referees. Bill Kingdon, Kevin Bergrani are the linesmen. Here comes Mackie Samoskevich for the Panther draft pick in front, off the side of the net. Samoskevich, watch out for him. He scored the big overtime goal against Penn State to get the Wolverines here, number 11. He's on that line with TJ Hughes and Dylan Duke, who is a Tampa Bay draft pick. There's Samoskevich, the Panther draft pick. And there's TJ Hughes. Duke is right next to him as Hughes throws it on net. Zach Metza. Jaden Lee. This time Portillo does stop it behind it, but again he turns it over. Second time in the game he's done that. That is a clear advantage for Quinnipiac if they get him handling the puck. Turnaround shot, good play, and here come the Wolverines, watch out. Nazar can fly. Greg Nazar, the Detroit Red Wings draft pick, he falls down now. Blackhawks draft pick, you're right, from Detroit.
close. 13th overall, and man, they're excited about him in Chicago. Kyle Davidson and his staff, a phenomenal draft last year.
Quillen leaves it. Shot saved by Portillo. Look behind him for a second.
Well, these two teams have very contrasting styles, and this is what Quinnipiac is going to look to do. They try to really lock you up in the neutral zone, and what they will do is get 3 people across the back, and then they'll have their layers throughout the neutral zone. You call it either a 1-1-3 or a 1-3-1. They want you to try to make long stretch passes or try to skate through. They invite that, and that's when you get into trouble.
Here's Luke Hughes with the puck now. Such a dangerous player, but again, he can't get it through that 1-3-1. Now it comes to Brindley. Tries to get around his man, but he can't.
And it's really, really frustrating to play against. And that's what they want. They want to frustrate you in the neutral zone, the Bobcats.
DeYoung looks for it, gets it out. Brindamore's out there again. With Desi Burkhardt in front, whacking at his Brindamore. That's where he gets most of his goals. He's got 14 on the year. Skylar Brindamore, nice backhanded pass. Gets it to Mesa.
Smart player.
Brindamore, get in front, saved by Portillo. DeYoung's had a couple of good chances. He was pretty quiet in the Bridgeport Regional. Lombardi out there now as the line change starts for Quinnipiac. Fresh forward. Lombardi has it. Back to the point. One-timer Meza, not much on that. It goes wide. Johnson.
You want to keep Fantilli's line off the board? Well, keep them in their own zone. Make them go back. Make them defend. And they'll start cheating for offense.
Jake Johnson has room. Shot into the glove of Eric Portillo. What a start here in game 2 of our doubleheader. Jake Johnson, Eric Portillo says, smell the glove. That's mine. 1-1 in Tampa, Florida. Pretty good start for Rand Pecknold and the Quinnipiac Bobcats. He's with our Victoria Arlen.
Coach, you had the lead early on. How do you get it back?
I like how we're playing right now. I think we're competing hard. We're battling. We got good puck possession. You know, just keep getting pucks on now. We have some good chances. I like where we are right now.
All right, good luck, Coach.
Thanks.
Guys.
Thank you, Victoria. Kind of a no-nonsense coach. Of course, he coached some of these Michigan Wolverines at the World Junior team, Colby.
Yeah, they know him well. They know his style. Good relationships. I saw them all go over and say hello to him a couple days ago.
In alone, Quillen again! He scores again! 2-1 Bobcats.
Well, Jacob Quillen, he decided tonight is going to be his night for the Bobcats, and this play starts back in his own zone, and it's just a quick puck movement through the neutral zone. A couple of Wolverines get a little bit lost on the back check, freezes Portillo, and when you got a 6'6" goaltender, you want to go for the feet. And the pace of this game has been one to keep your breath with.
Rand Pecknold says he's a bull. He wins battles. He had 2 goals and an assist in the regional. 2 goals tonight now gives him 18 on the year for the 21-year-old from Nova Scotia. And once again, the Wolverines will play from behind. Played in the BCHL for Penticton, attended Salisbury School for a while, son of Monica and Chris. And he's helping the Bobcats to a 2-1 lead early. Here they come again. Oh, what a save by Portillo to keep it 2-1. Bobcats continue to pressure. Have the Wolverines on their heels. Christophe Tellier with a golden chance to make it 3-1. Filion behind the net. The 2 Christophs, Filion and Tellier. Jaden Lee wants it. As that deflects into the netting, and the Wolverines are on their heels, Colby.
Yeah, that's because the puck movement of this Bobcat team has been pristine to start this game, and they get going on the transition, almost a 2-on-0. How do you get so far behind? And look at the big 6'6" goaltender, Eric Portillo, the Swede, stretching out, and you get down 3-1 to the Bobcats, and that's a big hill to climb. We will remember that save later in this hockey game with Michigan, and they will probably climb back into this thing.
Here comes Seamus Casey with that speed we talked about. He beats every first guy down the ice. Look at him go the entire 200 feet. And now the Wolverines are set up, looking to tie this game down 2-1. Casey, the goal scorer. Nice nifty pass. Back to the point. Shot. Blocker save by Perret. Confident blocker save. Almost another breakaway or 2-on-1. Wow. Oh, another save by Perret. He saw that one late off the deceptive wrist shot. What a shift that was there for Seamus Casey. Wolverines still have it, and they have fresh legs on the ice. Edwards. As Brindley's out there now.
Yeah, this is their best shift of the night so far. Doing a little work, getting an offensive zone change. Now you get the Fantilli line starting to come over the boards.
Up and down we go here in Tampa. Lots of room for the Bobcats to skate to the neutral zone, Colby.
Yeah, the neutral zone, that's going to be the key. But watch this play by Casey. Look how he changes the angle on the puck. When he pulls that thing back about 4 or 5 inches, he completely alters where the goaltender has to be set up. He creates a new screen and a new shooting lane. 26 for Michigan. He's been pretty dynamite so far.
Really has been. Shot kick save by Portillo.
Tom Fitzgerald's got to be smiling watching these two defensemen for Michigan.
And they're loaded with D-men in that organization. But here comes Adam Fantilli. He's the man who's going to have to bring Michigan back and eventually try to win this game and face Minnesota in the title game. He can score, number 19. He picks up the stick. He had dropped it for a second. Here comes Michigan on the attack. Deflected, saved by Perez. He had no idea where it was. It just happened to hit his left leg. And here come the Bobcats again.
That's a good back check there by Rutger McGrory.
DeYoung redirection over the net. And Brindley will chip it out of danger. Lee played that with a high stick. We know the linesmen love to make those calls. Let the elbow go, but please, by all means, call the high stick in the middle of the rink.
Oh, well, there's Rand Pecknold looking on. Got to be happy with the start of this game. And here's the opportunity from Rutger McGrory, the high tip out in the slot. And we kind of wondered with Peretz, how good is he? His team plays such good defense, and you and I said we'd find out in this game because he's going to be tested.
Hughes, Samoskevich, Dylan Duke out there. Samoskevich has it. Watch for him. He can really fire it. Got an NHL caliber shot as the puck comes outside the zone. Stephen Holtz out there on D for the Wolverines as they retreat now. Trying to slow down this Bobcat team who's had no problem skating the puck off the ice. Here comes Hughes offside at the line. Samoskevich. Mention how good this Quinnipiac team is, and it's not so much being a great defensive team, which they are by the stats say, but they just have the puck so much, Colby. They're always on their toes. They play with pace. They hunt pucks. They're relentless. They're a veteran team. That all leads to why they're a good defensive team. They're not just a boring team that just kind of, protects the lead. They go.
It's all about the details for Rand Pecknold. It's stopping on pucks. It's making sure you're tying up sticks in the slot. It's being thorough at both blue lines. They're disciplined and they're detailed.
They've had little problem entering the Michigan zone, and they've had plenty of opportunities carrying the play so far here in the first and leading 2-1. Another offside at the line. Quinnipiac sits at 32 wins. If they win this game, they'll set the program record for wins in a season. The teams played last year, don't forget, in Allentown, that regional final, and Michigan rolled out that 4-0 lead, then hung on to win 7-4 to go to the Frozen Four where they lost. And now they're back here again like Minnesota in game 1, trying to come back from losing the previous year in the semifinal and then reach the final. The Fantilli line is back out there now, but again, they can't get the puck. Let's see if they can get it here and get some offense. Now they go. Here comes Brindley. Nice behind the back pass. Oh, look at Casey. Down he goes. Penalty coming up. And that vaunted power play now. Portillo to the bench. Extra attacker on. Casey has it. Casey, 6 against 5 now. Keeps it in nicely. Hughes drops it back. Here come the Wolverines. Fantilli! Save Peretz. And Michigan will be able to use the TV timeout as we shovel in Tampa. And Brennan Nerato's team.
Quinnipiac minor penalty, tripping.
Goes on the power play. And once again, it's the electric Seamus Casey who forces the call. He scored the goal for Michigan, and now he draws the penalty, and they'll try to tie it next. As we mentioned, the team played last year in the Allentown Regional. In Allentown, Michigan rolled out to a 4-0 lead, survived a late Quinnipiac push, added 2 empty netters to come away with the 7-4 win and earn a trip to the Frozen Four in Boston, where they lost in the semifinal game in overtime to Denver. Now they're back. Mackie Samoskevich was there last year. He returns this year. 20 goals this year in 38 games. He's the guy they will look for here. truly on this power play.
Yeah, Samoskevich can hammer it. Had the game winner in overtime against Penn State last weekend. Sorry, Benny, I know that one broke your heart, but this Wolverine team, they can come at you. And there's Red Berenson, the legendary head coach of the Michigan Wolverine program.
Yep, they haven't won since he was the head coach of that team. 25 years ago, he won 2 in a 3-year span between 96 and 98. Face-off won by Fantilli, and the Wolverines are set up. Samoskevich, the dangerous number 11. Fantilli, of course, the dangerous one as well, but his pass goes begging to Luke Hughes, whose brother Jack scored 2 goals tonight for the New Jersey Devils in their win over Columbus. And here comes Luke Hughes through the defense, gets pulled down, nothing called. In front, Hughes shoots it wide, still has it. We saw his defensive teammate Casey. Samoskevich had a chance and shot it wide. Brindley has it now. Back to Luke Hughes. Hughes waits for Fantilli to open up for the one-timer. Number 19, second in the country in goals. Samoskevich throws it across, off the stick, high off the glass, stays in play, but kept in by the Wolverines. Fantilli, good stick by Jaden Lee. Hughes across, shot, blocker. Peretz is right on it. Peretz looks sharp so far in this game. Adam Fantilli with it. Sends it across. Shot blocked in front and cleared by the Bobcats.
I like the puck retrieval on this Michigan power play. 2 or 3 times, Rucker McGroarty, who's standing in front of the net, goes behind, wins a couple battles, and keeps the play alive.
Puck goes way in the air into the corner. And it's run down and kept in. Casey back out there. Bobcats need to clear. They can't get it. The dangerous Seamus Casey with it. Nazar to his left. Another blocker save by Peretz. He saw that the whole way.
26 is feeling it, though.
He is feeling it. Nazar now. Goes it to the middle, deflected, and excellent play by the Bobcats. We're going to kill this penalty. Out of the box comes Lombardi, and the Bobcats survive. Still lead 2-1. How can Michigan get through this suffocating defense? It's going to be tough to score off the rush.
Trying to carry it 1-on-2 and 1-on-3. It's not going to work. That plays right into it. You're going to have to chip pucks in, going to have to forecheck, and you're going to have close support.
Moyle in to forecheck. Battle along the wall. Quinnipiac has such good connectivity. They're always near each other. They're on their toes. This will be a potential hand pass, so Michigan can't play it. This will be icing on Quinnipiac, so Michigan will get an offensive zone face-off.
Well, you want a good example of what not to do against the Bobcats, and you just don't want to try to go 1-on-3, 1-on-4. 1, 2, 3, 4 yellow sweaters just smothering the puck. They will take that all night. They will turn that into transition, so you gotta chip pucks.
Brindley will take the face off the winger, and he wins it on that side. Fantilli curls around, but again, he is met right away and broken up.
Jaden Lee, he's a good player. We liked him in the regional. He's effective, a little bit of a spark plug, number 15 in yellow. Good two-way player from Vancouver.
Yeah, grew up in Vancouver, Chinese heritage. Played in all 40 games now for the Bobcats, the 22-year-old. Had a good regional in Bridgeport. He was nicked up a bit. Couple Bobcats were. They really could use the time off to heal up. That's one the cool thing about this format in this tournament. Everyone's really fresh after that extra week. Luke Hughes trying to provide some offense. Deep, open in front. And again, good late defensive play by Jake Johnson. Final minute of the period.
This is the time where you want to be sure the pucks are rolling. Be responsible.
Samoskevich plays catch with Duke and gets it back. Tries to throw it back, but again, well-positioned is Quinnipiac. Doing all the right things. Winning the Quinnipiac way here in the first period. Out shooting their opponent, staying right in their face, not backing down. Wolverines looking for one more push as it bounces towards Peretz. Scrum behind the net. And out with it comes Jacob Norquist. Portillo again to Ethan Edwards. Up the wall. But it's the Bobcats who have it. Here they come attacking with under 10 seconds to go. Brindamore, look for the pass in front. Broke it up. Pass in front. Rebound. Oh! Just by Zach Metza. Had a wide open net at the buzzer to make it 3-1. But oh, number 23 almost made it 3-1, Colby.
Wow, what a way to finish the period. The Quinnipiac way, Butchie, you said it. That's how they're doing it. They keep coming till the buzzer, and this opportunity, Jaden Lee pumps it out in front, and Metza, he's gonna dream about this. Portillo down and out.
Oh, might have hit his mask.
Wow, what a period of hockey that was.
That was a great view of that. Quinnipiac had no shots on goal in the final 6 minutes of the period. But in the end, they have a 2-1 lead after 20 minutes. So back to the studio now. Zuba Mahenti, national champion Sean Richland, and Andrew Raycroft. A bit of a surprise after 20 minutes in Tampa. The Quinnipiac Bobcats leading Michigan 2-1. Quinnipiac 18-1-3 this year when leading after one. Colby, the Bobcats have to feel good about their start after 20 minutes. They look like they belong in this semifinal.
Oh, they absolutely do. And you know them and their head coach felt that all along. But Butchie, how did we get here? Well, we got here with some high-octane offense and some really nice individual plays. And I said throughout that period, going 1-on-3 and 1-on-4, it's not going to work well. Seamus Casey, he said, no, you're wrong. I can go 1-on-4. Look at all the yellow sweaters, the slippery puck play by the defenseman drafted by the New Jersey Devils. But then it was Jacob Quillen who scored another goal where got behind the Michigan defense, showed the speed, and here we are, 2-1.
And here come the Bobcats up 2-1 with Brindamore. His dad is currently coaching, but their game will end before this one does. So Rod Brindamore was able to see the rest of this game on ESPN2 and see if his son advances to the championship game on Saturday. Hurricanes also play on Saturday, but they play in the afternoon in Buffalo. He could get here for the title game. There is time to fly from Buffalo to Tampa after the Hurricanes-Sabre game on Saturday for Rod. Here comes Michigan now, trying to tie this game up. Fantilli, shot, shoulder save, Peretz. Oh, Adam Fantilli had a chance to tie this game. Fantilli with 29 goals and 35 assists on the year. Absolute showtime type of hockey players, how his coach Brendan Naurato described him. Casey keeps it in. He's been Michigan's best player in this game. Back to Edwards, who uses his skate. Threw it high and wide, looking for the deflection. There's Sam Lifkin and Quinnipiac's top line out there. Jake Johnson takes it. Jake played 3 years at RPI before heading to the portal and coming to Quinnipiac. Graf pulled out. Penalty coming up. I think Quinnipiac might be going on the power play. Let's see who it's on. Both players kind of held each other, but I think it's going to be the Michigan penalty.
Yeah, I think TJ Hughes, the top line center for this Michigan team, is going to go. It's going to be 2 minutes for holding.
Michigan, number 13, 2 minutes holding.
You like the back pressure and you like the back check because it's kind of one of those 200-foot plays, but the minute he reaches out with that arm, you make it easy for the officials. And if he just keeps 2 hands on his stick there and kind of drives underneath the hands, he's not sitting in the box for 2 minutes. So here goes the Bobcat power play. Brindamore will be in front of the net, taking Portillo's eyes.
Brendan Naurato looks a bit concerned here. He knows 3-1 will be difficult to come back from. Bobcat power play. See if Brindamore can win this one. He's pretty good on his backhand. Another false start. My fault, says the linesman.
Okay, I don't mind that.
We'll try again.
We're humans. I like the my fault. So I don't have to say it.
Yep. Marcus Stappa versus Skylar Brindamore.
Look how low Brindamore gets on his stick. just like his father did.
And he wins that draw. The 6th-round pick from Edmonton gets it back towards the D, and they keep it in. Here's Graf. He's dangerous. Can snipe and set up. De Jong in front, shot, big save, rebound, pass across, and Portillo has it under his 6'6" body.
A big save in front of the net. Not sure if it was Portillo or if it was blocked, but you see the desperation that the Bobcats are playing with. They're diving around, they're keeping pucks alive, and that thing goes right in front for a couple of great looks, but Portillo up to the test.
4 forwards, and Zach Metza, the lone defenseman on this power play. Brindamore again wins it, gets it back. Metza, Lipkin. Back to Zach Metza at the point. 5th-year defenseman. Graf and Lipkin on the flanks. De Jong in the bumper. Lipkin, shot! Glove save. Didn't hold on to it, but blocked it nonetheless. Graf has it back. De Jong didn't have room to snipe. He had to turn his whole body. Now he has it. Watch out. Shot! Deflects wide. Quinnipiac looking for the hook, as De Jong looked like he had his arm hooked as he attempted that shot.
Yeah, they might have had a case there.
Yeah, Rand Pecknold's arms are wide open, still parking. As the Wolverines look to clear, can't do it. Finally they do, as Jay Kiernan sends it down the ice.
Great execution of the bumper player, which is the middle of the power play between the hash marks. Ethan De Jong, number 10, shooting, distributing. We'll show you some replays because it's really well executed.
Michigan clears again. Michigan 5-0 all-time versus Quinnipiac.
They're certainly due for one.
Christophe Tellier, we saw him score an electric goal in Bridgeport. That made SportsCenter #1 play on their top 10. Jaden Lee. This is where that veteran team comes in handy. Very composed, they'll stay in position. As Tellier rims it around. Quillen in front. Fillion, Lee. Back to Tellier. Power play winding down. Shot into the netting with 6 seconds to go. We mentioned that SportsCenter #1 play. Christophe Tellier, kind of an alley-oop to himself, Colby.
Just a little chip, and then the backhand. He was the only one in the building who knew it went in because he celebrated. The play continued until there was a stoppage, but the skill of these players these days is incredible.
They expect more out of Tellier. He had 22 goals in the USHL last year in just 53 games, 7 this year. They're looking for more out of the 22-year-old from Quebec. Big future in this Quinnipiac lineup next year when they graduate. Multiple forwards. Friedman, the big fella, number 19. His pass goes begging, but then he gets it back. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Michigan got to turn the tide here and start to get some chances as Brindley sends it in. McGroarty, the 1st-round pick of the Winnipeg Jets. But again, those 5 connected Bobcats get the puck and get it out of danger with the Fantilli line on the ice.
Look, three yellow sweaters, 1-on-3.
McGroarty carries it in. Fantilli, shake, bake, off the goalpost. What a move by Adam Fantilli. McGroarty tackled, nothing called.
Yeah, they certainly made something out of nothing there, and that's what Michigan can do as this puck rolls down for icing, but they certainly have the skill to do it. As you mentioned, the 1st-rounder, Rutger McGroarty, draws a couple of Bobcats to him, and then look at that stick handle, Butchie, the way he has the touch to keep it on a string, and then the release.
Wow.
Oh, wow, and he thought that went in.
It almost looked like it hit the post and then the crossbar. Wow, was that ripped.
We'll have to see if that gets 19 going a little bit for the Wolverine.
Only 18 years old, but already a full beard and fully grown. Jacob Quillen with a couple of goals. Number 16. Pass in front. Shot. Blocked. Good chance there for Graf. He's been a little quiet in this postseason. their leading scorer, Colin Graff, tied for third in the country with 36 assists, also 20 goals. Third in the NCAA in scoring. And he'll change after that attempt. And back come the Wolverines. Oh, nice move, Samiskevich. His shot was partially blocked on the way. Duke gets out muscled. Back comes Tellier back on the ice. He has it. Here he comes. They're not. Has it back. Shot. Big save. Portillo on Tellier. He took a nice pass from Filion, and the two Kristoffs almost hooked up. Portillo's now keeping Michigan in the game. As the puck comes towards Peretz, and both sides are upset at the lack of hooks and holds.
I'd rather it this way, though. I'd rather keep the whistles away, let these guys play. Watch the skill of the phenom, Adam Fantilli, up and under, and it stays out. So much is made about the Bobcat defense, but look at the path for Jacob Quillen. And how about the play? Sam Lipkin makes the backhander in the neutral zone, and Luke Hughes and Mackie Samiskevich, 2 first-round picks. They need to stay on the defensive side of the puck. They've got to track back harder. And we sit 2-1 right now for the Bobcats with 14 minutes remaining in this second period.
Michigan offense just can't get going. They're lacking high-quality chances. Fantilli certainly created one. He thought that went in, but hit the crossbar and stayed out. Hughes with some magic and shot. It's blocked. Now they'll try to get through this Quinnipiac defense. Hughes works his way through across the line. Now they're in the zone. Hughes will get it back again. Nazar, Ciccolini, and Jackson Hallam. Again, 3 more young players.
A lot of speed on this line. Nazar can fly. Hallam can fly.
Nazar has it. Backhands a weak one. Easy save, Peretz. Nazar, just his 13th game. He had hip surgery. Missed most of the year. Brindley! What a job by Brindley to settle that puck and rip it at Peretz, who made the save.
And another highlight play by Seamus Casey, who the puck is his friend as he just is cutting through in the offensive zone. But good pickup from up top, Butchie. Look how Brindley knocks this thing down, settles it, and gets it on the net. That's why he's going to be a top draft pick in this year's NHL entry draft.
Yeah, he'll be a first rounder. That puck was about 6 inches off the ground. He got a lot on it after it bounced off the ice. Almost beat Peretz 5-hole. But as we mentioned, Peretz is on his game. Only the slick dangle from Casey on the late forming breakaway has beaten him. And there's another step up defensive play by Metza, the defenseman. Brindley gets it out of danger. Lipkin throws it back behind the net. And Michigan
Very proud.
We mentioned Rand Pecknold had his chance to coach the U.S. World Junior team. Always a great honor for any coach in the U.S. And these were some of the fellows that were on his team.
This would be a time where you'd know when these players can certainly help. Tendencies, little things you can tell about guys in the face-off circle, the power play. And a good time to congratulate David Carl, Denver head coach, who just got named World Junior coach for next year. Phenomenal young coach.
Last year's national championship winning head coach in Boston.
A guy that I think the NHL will be knocking on his door. It'll be interesting to see.
Jake Kiernan over to Stephen Holtz. The 24-year-old from White Lake, Michigan. Gets it back to his partner, Kiernan, and he goes back to Holtz. Look at this relentless neutral zone trap from the Bobcats, who have it again. And here they come. Pass across. Quillen looking for Lombardi. Gets by Graff and out of the zone, but the Bobcats will throw it right back in.
Behind you guys.
Come the Wolverines. Now they'll try to dump. Chase and get it. Moyle behind the net. Out with it come the Bobcats.
Head up, head up.
DeYoung carries it in, swipes at it behind the net. Back and forth we go. Wolverines cannot solve this neutral zone. Oh, the Bobcats almost had another late break 2-on-1 shot. Kick save by Portillo. Another shot in front. It's loose shot. Oh, sprawling. The puck is alive. Kick to the corner by Casey.
Pearson just kept that one out.
Shot, wrist shot. Portillo doesn't have his stick. Now he picks it up. Assault is on. Good pressure again by Quinnipiac. Charles Legault had a couple of chances, the defenseman, number 6, and now here comes Hughes breaking down the defense into the Quinnipiac zone, but again he's surrounded, smothered, and here we go again. Sevis, nice hard hit. Michigan trying to create pace. And back come the Bobcats. Shot in front, just goes wide. Tellier wants to get in there with Fillion. And now the Wolverines bring it back out. Back and forth we go here. Smash from behind. This game's just playing right into Quinnipiac's hands right now. Not icing, it's just on goal, and the whistle will blow. Pearson with the big defensive play, Colby, the defenseman for Michigan.
Yeah, he gets behind Portillo. Look at the bottom of your screen, 20 in 2. Just helping his goaltender out. We talk about how good the Bobcats are when they're in front. Well, 3-1. Oh, no, Portillo.
Yeah, the pinball flipper.
Oh, Portillo with the big leg save. We almost took that away from the big fella.
Yeah. Again, he's been good keeping his team down by just 1. Kiernan back out there offensively. Shoots it wide on purpose, looking for a good carom. Now he'll aggressively pinch. But Quinnipiac gets it out. You see the scoring chances. Quinnipiac with a 2-1 advantage there, 10-5.
That's a smart play by Fantilli. It's 1-on-4. He dumps it in. They don't get in on the forecheck right away, but it's a good play.
This is going to be a game that requires patience for Michigan. Keep their composure. Pick your spots. McGroarty around to Hughes now. He's putting offensive players out there. Look at Hughes breaking them down. Pass over. Shot. Score! Absolute showtime, baby. Adam Fantilli has tied the game with a vicious snipe.
What a release by 19, but it starts with the crafty puck play at the point. Hughes makes Lombardi miss. A couple of stick handles. It's a no-look pass out to Fantilli, who absolutely wires this one. Look at that release. The water bottle moves. What skill by those two, Luke Hughes and Adam Fantilli. Wow.
Superstar to superstar. That's the 30th of the year for Fantilli. That ties Jason Boland of Western Michigan for the nationwide lead. That is absolute, an elite combination of college hockey magic. First Hughes, and that pass had some heat on it, right to his back foot, Colby.
Just skill oozing off of this Michigan bench. What a play. Hughes to Fantilli, and we are knotted at 2.
Welcome back, and Brendan Arado, Colby, is giving his team some specific instructions.
Yeah, he wants to see the patience that you and I have been talking about. Telling his guys, going 1-on-3, 1-on-4, not gonna work. Comes back with the Nazar line, number 91, the first rounder, 13th overall. The Blackhawks very excited about him. He gets better every night. He's only played a couple of games this year.
Yeah, I talked to a scout that compared him to Braden Point, the guy who can play with speed up the middle.
Okay, I like that.
battling hip and hernia surgery, so he's just getting back. He'll be back at Michigan next year, and they expect him to be an electric first-line player. So Michigan has tied it off the blast from Adam Fantilli and the sweet feed from Hughes, and here they come again, looking to take the lead. Let's go blue is the chant, and here comes Hughes again. Hallam back to Hughes, one-timer saved by Perez. Might have got him right in the forehead.
That one might have gone off a Nazar in front of the net. He kind of shrugged down a little bit.
Boy, Luke Hughes has suddenly brought his game to another level. A little quiet in the first period, but back come the Bobcats. Shot blocker save. Portillo has really picked up his game. Uh-oh, here come the Wolverines. They got some numbers. Snappa, Moyle, Granowitz, the veteran line, but they can't create anything off the rush. Now they knock it down. Back into the net. It's free. Snappa, save Perez. Puck still loose. Nobody can find it. Shot wide by Edwards. Puck bouncing in front. Still alive. Another save by Perez. The Bobcats finally get it out of trouble. An excellent shift from that veteran line we talked about.
Oh, good hit there by the Devils draft pick, Ethan Edwards. He's been good for the Wolverines. Yeah, 73.
They have 3 double draft picks. Edwards with that hit. Seamus and Hughes. Off the bench, fresh Wolverines. Whoa! Tied up and back the other way. Graf! Saved by Portillo. And the action has heated up here in the second period. The goal for Michigan has certainly lit a fire under them. Now it's Quinnipiac's turn to keep their composure and play their game and not get caught up in this track meet. Along the wall it goes. Watch out for the Bobcats. They have numbers. Chip, bump, looking for an interference. Not getting the call.
That's a good no call by the officials. They're letting them play.
Yeah.
Love it.
Championship hockey in Tampa. The winner goes to the national championship game on Saturday night against the Minnesota Golden Gophers, who have had a dominant NCAA tournament thus far. Dominant in the regional, and in the end, dominant against Boston University. And here comes Fantilli, looking for more magic. Sweet pass, Brindley, saved by Perez. The pressure on the goaltenders continues to grow.
Yeah, you need Perez under siege a little bit. The deflection, that did go off his shoulder. Good pickup. Butchie, we saw the lateral movement and his ability to track the loose puck down off of a scramble. And then it was the other way. It was the breakaway for Colin Graf, and Michigan kind of cuts him off, forces him to stay on the glove side, and the big Swede, Eric Portillo, comes up with the big save.
Big line stays out for Michigan. Brindley can't win that faceoff from Brindamore. Comes around, Hughes will pinch. Got to be careful against this opportunistic Quinnipiac team.
Yeah, anytime there's an offensive zone draw, you got to think Fantilli line's going to take that draw.
Brindley with speed. He feels like he's feeling it. Look at that explosion around the wing and around Lee. Gets it back to Edwards. Goes to Luke Hughes. McGroarty sends it across behind Edwards. Fantilli cycles down to Brindley. Big whack on Metsa. Kept in, Brindley. Pass across, McGroarty! Perez keeps it alive. Man, that line is magical together.
Yeah, the big power forward, Rutger McGroarty.
Brindamore
making the presence felt, and Michigan, they've got this neutral zone figured out. They've been crisp, and they've been playing with much more pace, and they've been getting through that Bobcat trap.
The puck goes into the netting.
You get into these big star moments, and you want your big star players to make plays, and look at that shot on and off his stick. That's an NHL release right there, Butchie. Water bottle and down.
Exactly. There's nothing like having an NHL shot. It might be the most important quality to have in the end. You can make up for your skating with a great shot, and he shoots it like a man already. And that McGroarty and Gavin Brindley are just smart wingers. They know how to play hockey. The hockey sense of that line is off the charts. Here come the Wolverines again. You feel like a little extra gear has just been employed by them. But watch out, it's 3-on-2 the other way for the Bobcats. Trying to get the lead again. Block shot, nice job by the Wolverines to get back, and Mensah is denied.
Yeah, they didn't attack that 3-on-2 with layers. They were way too straight across from one another, not giving themselves any depth to attack.
Tellier back out there, 29. And chipped away, here come the Wolverines. Late developing 2-on-1. Oh, what a defensive play by Mensah to break up that pass. Timed that perfectly. Luke Hughes gives it away. Lipkin. Hughes recovers. Quillen pasted. Top line back out there for Quinnipiac. Jacob Quillen, number 16, has the 2 Quinnipiac goals. Looking for a hat trick early.
That's icing.
Yes, it is. Face off back in the Wolverine end.
Yeah, Moyle doesn't get to the red line. That's a small detail play. And this was a little bit earlier. Little casual puck play there by Hughes. Just rolls up on your stick. Remember, second game of a doubleheader. This ice was put in about a week ago because they got to put the logos and dig up all of Tampa's. So you've got to be thorough with about 5 minutes left in the period.
Luke Hughes out there for Michigan. His brother Jack, 2 goals and 2 assists. Shot just wide. And brother Quinn plays tonight for Vancouver. All 3 Hughes boys in action tonight. Portillo plays that one nicely. Up the wall and out of danger. He's relying on this veteran line to get the puck out of damage. 4 minutes left in the second. Our first game was 2-2 after 2. Shot never got to Portillo. He couldn't see it. Just using his big size and hoping it hits him. And now the puck is squirted free, and here come the Wolverines. Samiskevich met at the line. Real nice play there by Jacob Norquist, a 25-year-old Swede on right defense. Samiskevich, don't let him shoot it. Turns away. Back to the point. Walking the line is Holtz. To the net. Perret was fighting traffic and fought the puck to the corner. Edwards, bothered by Brindamore, skates away. Makes a nice move to get away from DeYoung. Enters the zone. Wolverines, that's a good zone entry. Now they're set up. Back to the point. Casey almost lost that. Hughes sends it across. TJ, the first line center, out there with Samiskevich and Dylan Duke. There's Samiskevich. Sends it all the way across towards Hughes. No icing as Perez comes out to play it. And Jaden Lee gets it out. Stephen Holtz fires it right back in again. This is going to be icing on Quinnipiac, so Michigan will get an offensive zone face-off. Saturday night on ABC, the Bruins have a chance to make some NHL history. They win tonight in overtime against Toronto. Now they have a chance to beat the Devils Saturday night on ABC, 8 o'clock. They'll tie the record for most wins in an NHL season. That's 62. So they still have a chance to break it. This would tie the record. As the Bruins win in overtime, Charlie Coyle got a third period goal. Then they get the extra point. David Pastrnak with the overtime winner. What a year he has. Shocker. Yeah. He'll be the top 3 and MVP. Here comes a Michigan power play to end the second period. So just like in the first game, Colby, it's 2-2. And Minnesota gets a late power play in the second. They didn't score. Here's the call.
Quinnipiac penalty number 12, 2-man strip.
Yeah, and these officials have done a nice job of letting these guys play. But this is one of the obvious ones. You're going to get called every time for this. We will step aside and come back with a Michigan power play. How about the goaltending we've seen in this game? The big Swede, Portillo, flashing the legs at the other end. It's Yaniv Perez showing off the athleticism, moving left to right, smothering pucks on top of the crease. And these are two guys that can steal a game for their team, and they've certainly been up to it. And during that last TV timeout, Portillo came flying over to the Michigan bench saying, "This is it. Let's take advantage right now." He was screaming at the top of his lungs. We shall see if his team oblige.
A couple of old school number ones in net. So much pressure on their shoulders in a game like this. It's close and it's late. But here's the chance for Michigan with the big line off a TV timeout. They're fresh. A power play to take the lead. Fantilli. Good job by Brindamore to win that faceoff, and Johnson clears easily. Luke Hughes will start 200 feet from the Quinnipiac net. Bothered, so he'll send it back on the regroup. Samiskevich and Fantilli. It's Samiskevich. Rigordi, tough pass to handle, but he does. Makes a nice play on the backhand. Down low, oh, Fantilli tried to set up Samiskevich. Hughes keeps it in barely. Down the wall. Fantilli off the wall. Kept in again, this time by Samiskevich. Brindley now has it. Ice getting chippier as this second period winds down. Warm temperatures here in Tampa. Fifth period of the night as Hughes brings the puck up, looking for help. He's surrounded and makes a nice play to McGroarty. Rutger McGroarty, first-round pick of Winnipeg. Gavin Brindley, he'll be a first-round pick this summer. Hughes, first-round pick already. 5 first-round picks on the ice for Michigan. Shot in front. Oh, what a save! Oh, another save! Yanni Peretz keeping this game tied.
Wow, Butchie, what a couple of saves by Peretz. We were wondering, how good is this guy? He's answered the bell in this game tonight.
He's undrafted, so anybody can sign him. I imagine he's already had some conversations with some teams. Final minute of the period as the puck hits the netting behind Yanni Peretz.
What a save on the power play. The Fantilli shot, the McGroarty rebound. Brindley comes piling in. Just look at how quick he gets his right leg across. That is elite movement for a goaltender.
McGroarty and Brindley both with opportunities. 23 seconds left in the power play. You see that top of your screen. Here on ESPN2 and ESPN Plus, whether you're watching at home on the big TV or streaming as you're out and about. The winner of this game plays Minnesota for the national championship on Saturday. Also ESPN2. 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock for you fine folks in Minnesota. As your Gophers have a chance to end a long drought. Michigan trying to end a long drought. Quinnipiac going for their first national title. So some alumni base is going to be really excited no matter what happens the rest of this weekend. So great to have all the bands here in attendance. The highest seed bands get to play the national anthem as well. The Michigan band sounding good here in Tampa.
During that TV timeout, Luke Hughes had the trash can in front of him. Not sure if he threw up or not, but he was gagging in front of a trash can. He was getting attention.
Interesting.
And then he jumps right back out on the ice, so you wonder how good he's feeling. You know, I don't know if he came into this game under the weather, but it was 5 feet to my right. The trash can was out. I was trying not to look too much.
Yeah, we met with him yesterday. He's in pretty good spirits, much more mature than last year. We noticed that. And seemed fine. He's certainly a laid-back dude. He's just kind of very chill. But he seemed okay, but we'll have to keep an eye on that the rest of the way. And here he is, though, with the puck. Stopping in the corner, looking to make a play. Trying to beat the buzzer are the Michigan Wolverines. Hughes can't keep that in. Be careful here late in the period. Under 10 seconds. Seamus Casey now reverses. Nice nifty play to Adam Fantilli.
Good communication by Fantilli. He was calling for that puck. He was his eye.
So just like game one, we are tied after 40 minutes by the identical score of 2-2. Looked like Michigan may be heading to the room. Luke Hughes might be heading to the room. A little dehydrated, a little under the weather. We shall see. But his play to Adam Fantilli tied this game. Absolute power play bomb. Pop in the water bottle. Back to the studio, Zubin Mahenti. This is why I love college hockey. 2-2 after 2, and one of these young men are going to score a goal they remember for the rest of their lives. They're going to help their team advance to the national championship game. Colby Cohen has been an exciting first 40 minutes. Luke Hughes and the Michigan Wolverines trying to get through this difficult Quinnipiac defense. It's how we set up the game, the most prolific offense against the most prolific defense.
Yeah, and look, good players make adjustments throughout the game. And early in this hockey game, Luke Hughes was running himself into that Bobcat wall, trying to go 1-on-2 and 1-on-3, but what do good players do? They make adjustments, and it's the little quick play. He freezes 3 defenders for the Quinnipiac Bobcats, and then it's the sweet little dish over to Adam Fantilli, and those are good in-game adjustments made by elite-level players.
Quinnipiac has the best winning percentage and the most wins by any Division I team since the start of last year. This game has been pretty even. Second period, Michigan out shooting Quinnipiac after getting outshot in the first. 2-on-1 to take the lead. Fantilli, Brindley, backhand wide. Puck behind Peretz. Fantilli back to the point, trying to strike early in the third. Luke Hughes, wrist shot, blistered wide.
Fresh ice is when you've got your best chance against a trapping-style team.
Hughes trying to avoid DeYoung. He does. Fantilli sends him knocked out of midair nicely and out of the zone by the Bobcats. Early 2-on-1 chance. The pass by Fantilli to Gavin Brindley was a little behind him, and he couldn't handle it cleanly. Kept in by TJ Hughes. Duke. Whittle looks to chip it out. Both teams, as Colby Cohen mentioned, trying to take advantage of this smooth ice. Duke, wrist shot. Casey looking. Shot. Shoulder save, Peretz. You could hear Seamus Casey's teammates. Case. Back come the Bobcats. Shot. Saved by Portillo, and the rebound just goes wide. It's in. Another bank shot. Another goal. Sam Lipkin has given the Bobcats a 3-2 lead.
Well, listen to the applause and the noise of this crowd. And Graff, who starts the play on the rush, ends up missing the first one. Sam Lipkin, the dynamic freshman, comes in, scoops it up, sees an opportunity to bank it off Portillo. And what a big goal. When it seemed like the tides were turning towards Michigan's favor, the Bobcats take the lead in the third.
Second behind the goal line bank shot. Jacob Quillen got the first one, and then right there his line mate. Sam Lipkin gets his 14th goal of the year, and the Bobcats playing with the lead, which is where they like to operate.
You wonder if the size of Eric Portillo makes him a little less mobile, makes his feet a little more tricky, as we've seen it a couple of times in this hockey game.
Now Michigan, it's early in the third, but your mindset is just different. Like you said, Colby, it sensed like they have the momentum. It sensed like they were going to get the next goal, and then maybe one after that and win this thing 4-2. But not now. Cipollone, shot! Quick save by Portillo. Joey Cipollone had a chance. Friedman has it. Oh, back to the other way. 2-on-1 chance. Hughes can't handle it. He had a chance with Jackson Hallam. Lombardi, dangle. He's got a man open. Cipollone, whirling puck. Chips it over the net. Lombardi, back to Cipollone. Friedman's in front. Lombardi, good elusiveness behind the net. Back to the point it comes. Cipollone's going to be exhausted. Number 17, and another wraparound chance. Portillo was almost beaten again.
Not sure Portillo even saw that one,
No.
but you.
Sure, he's a little rattled right now with any play that's behind him. Hughes sends it across. Wolverines have to regroup. That's too far. That should be icing, and it is.
You know, I think there was a little bit of a miscommunication earlier on this play, and Portillo just never really sees it, gets a little frozen in his crease, and going back to the goal. Look how Edwards never actually rotates over to challenge Graf. I think he thought Seamus Casey was going to do that, and then it's just too much puck watching. You should never have that opportunity, but heads up play by Sam Lipkin, over a point a game this year. Really liked him in the regional, and he's been good again tonight.
Yeah, 40 points in 38 games now. Puck into the Quinnipiac bench, making sure everybody's okay. Quinnipiac, one of 9 teams in this year's NCAA tournament without a title. Of course, they're the last one with a chance to get off that. Schneid ran Pecknold, one of 2 teams in college hockey with 30 wins in the regular season. Denver was the other. Denver, of course, upset by Cornell in the NCAA tournament. First round game.
I don't see a lot of panic on the Michigan bench right now. Seems like a pretty calm bunch.
Plenty of time. They're up against the wall against Penn State. Certainly in a road game atmosphere. Got the job done. They'll have to do it again here. Here come the Bobcats now. Shot Portillo just wide. As Fantilli chips it out. Top line for Michigan back out there now. Oh, big hit. Shot. Big save by Perez on McGroarty. Shot over the net. McGroarty has it again. This line's been getting better as the game has gone along. Fantilli, bad angle shot. Perez is on his post nicely there. Quinnipiac looks to dig it out. Fantilli gets it back and sends it back in, and he'll go forecheck.
And good back pressure there by Fantilli. I like that. He loses the puck, gets himself back, wins a battle.
Steered aside by Portillo. Back to get it is Legault. Occasionally this game has gotten disjointed like now. They kind of go back and forth. Oh, big hit. Is this going to be a penalty? No.
Oh, good no call. That's a good hit.
Samiskevich with it. Samiskevich is dangerous. Stops. Looking for help. And Hughes' feet. He can't tee it up. And now the Bobcats have 4-on-2 numbers. Let's see if they can capitalize. Friedman. Fillion to the net. Saved by Portillo. That one through the legs of Friedman. And then Portillo made the save. TJ Hughes the other way. Hughes trying to beat Lee. Good play by Jaden Lee, and he's hit by Duke. As Michigan amps up the physical play. Hughes has room to operate. TJ Hughes. D to D. Holtz. Wide on purpose, looking for a Karen, but just sent around the other side. Jake Kieran in, the defenseman in deep. Intercepted by Lee. And now the Bobcats have room to clear, which they do. 5 minutes in the books, 5.5 in the books here in the third. Quinnipiac, an early third period goal from Sam Lipkin. Has them 14-20 away from the title game. Edwards. Michigan will have to come from behind to try to play their Big Ten rival, Minnesota. Penalty, power play, Michigan. Not sure if they were going to call that slash. Grant Pecknold shakes his head.
Quinnipiac number 13, minor penalty for slashing.
I think this is the right call. Anytime you take a player's stick out of their hands.
Yeah, good hit.
Yeah.
And then there's the slashing call. And the Michigan Wolverines will go on the power play next. Oh, there's pressure on the wives of these coaches. Nikki Pecknold, he played field hockey at Duke, two-time academic All-American there, and you can see her exhaling here. The pressure is on, but her team is up. But her husband's team is shorthanded to Michigan, who's 0 for 3 on the power play tonight. They need one here to tie.
Almost 24% on the year.
And they're set up. Samiskevich. Luke Hughes has it. Sends it across. Fantilli. Samiskevich saved by Perez. Did you see Gavin Brindley off that faceoff? He curled all the way into his own end, Colby, and had a 150-foot head start as his team was basically playing 4-on-4.
Yeah, he likes to do that because he gets the puck on that strong side, and he likes to be moving downhill.
Picked up a broken stick.
Yeah, not afraid to take that shot either. And they're going to be looking for a one-timer. 19, he's your trigger man. Samiskevich, 11, he can shoot the puck. And then you will see number 2, Rutger McGroarty. He will be on top of Peretz in the crease.
Skylar Brindamore has been good on the dot to slow down the momentum of these power plays.
He's been good all tournament long in the face-off circle, 22 in yellow.
Samiskevich had the big overtime goal against Penn State. Here comes Hughes, who set up Fantilli, but that was offside at the line. The Wolverines riding a 6-game win streak in postseason play. Here it is again. Watch Brindley break the stick. So he's got to wheel back and get one. He's going to grab a lot of momentum. I thought they were going to hit him late, Colby. Look how much speed he has down the ice.
Yeah, he comes back in. He wanted it. I think Fantilli looked for him, but I don't think Samiskevich realized he was behind him.
It's a great look there of that play as Lee fights in the corner. Wolverine, the star-studded power play, has not been able to get the job done yet. They got 1:15 to go on this one. Here comes Hughes. He'll drop it back. Fantilli and Samiskevich. Brindley tries to get it through to Fantilli, but he can't. Good defensive play there. Desi Berghardt with the play. New, fresh Wolverines on the ice. Hughes stays out there. Kind of sends it back to no one. But Fantilli picks it up. So he remains on this power play. Brindley also still out there. Brindley, good stick, but Fantilli will get to it. Send it back to Hughes. Fires it across. Hughes, one-timer. Block shot. Brindamore. Fantilli has it. Brindamore shaken up a bit. Hughes, room, wrist shot. High off the glass. Brindley, back to Fantilli in the bumper. Can't tee it up. Ciccolini. Wrist shot off the crossbar!
Dylan Duke doing a great job in front. Peretz never saw that shot.
Ciccolini close to tying the game. Save, left pad, Peretz!
And that was a deflection by 25. Duke in front. That was a tricky save.
Power play coming to an end. Casey has to wait for help. Spins away nicely. And now they're in the zone, but the power play is over. 5-on-5. Eric Ciccolini, the New York Rangers draft pick. And alone! Saved by Portillo! Rebound! Kicks wide of the net. It might have caught the post. Almost another bank shot. Oh, Ciccolini. Wow. Lift in with a chance to make this a 2-goal lead. And then mayhem ensued again. Quinlan looking for the hat trick. Back to the point. Lee tries to get it down low. The Bobcats survive the power play and then get themselves multiple scoring chances. And they're back in. That looked like it was offside at the line. Not called. Michigan out of the zone, so it doesn't matter now. Frank Nazar suddenly flying out there, number 91. He could be a factor down the stretch as Michigan tries to tie the game.
Yeah, he's got game-breaking speed. All he needs is a little space, and he can get going. 91.
Hallam chips it out. There's Nazar. Watch out. Hallam can fly. Nazar. Brendan Dorado actually dropped the word Connor McDavid when comparing Jackson Hallam's speed. We saw some of it there. Eric Portillo.
Yeah, we got up and down the ice at one end. It's the breakaway for Lipkin, the big save by the big Swede, the melee in front of the net. I don't know how Michigan got out of that one, and then it's the Ranger traffic. Eric Ciccolini, that one I think went off of Dylan Duke in front, and it's the iron.
McGroarty, top line back out there for Michigan. Offensive zone faceoffs. They'll see a lot of action the rest of the way. Again, Michigan 6-0 in March. They won the Big Ten tournament. Casey scored the first goal of the game to the net. Tipped in front by McGroarty. Hughes, a sloppy backhand pass out of the zone.
I wonder how good Hughes is feeling. I don't know if he's battling something. Saw him on the bench. Looked like he was throwing up into a trash can in the second.
Sitting down right away as he just made a short shift change. Nastapa fires it back at midway through the third. Quinnipiac leads 3-2.
I can feel the intensity between the benches. This is tense hockey.
Onside shot into the gut of Portillo. Michigan, college hockey's youngest squad in the nation. The fewest seniors, just 5. The most freshmen, 12. The most underclassmen, 17 of any tournament team. They'll need to regroup for the final 9:47, the third period. To the Michigan bench with Victoria Arlen.
Coach, how do you shift gears and get back in the lead?
Just have to keep playing our game, getting it behind them, and then creating chaos. Be predictable with each other and get pucks to the net.
All right, good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
Guys.
Head coach Brendan Naurato had the interim tag removed from his title last week when he was officially named the University of Michigan Ice Hockey head coach, and that's the trophy that he wants to win for the 10th time in school history, which would be the most of all time. Currently tied with Denver. After Denver won their 9th last year, they tied Michigan.
Well, it's a great trophy to win. A lot of fun after that.
9:47 to go. Samoskevich out of the zone, but right back in. See if Quinnipiac can finish the job, beat mighty Michigan, and head to another title game. They lost in Pittsburgh in 2013 to Yale, and they lost right here in this rink to North Dakota in 2016. Johnson has it now, and he has room to skate it out. Quillen has 2 goals already. Heard Brendan Naurato trying to keep it simple, Colby, and trying to earn their way to this tie. It's not going to be pretty, probably.
There's still 9 minutes left, and we know the Bobcats are comfortable playing in these 1-goal games. They're comfortable being back on their heels. So if you're Michigan, you don't want to cheat too much. It's not time for that. You want to be patient.
In front pass, Brendamore, kick save by Portillo. That was a beautiful save as he used his length once again to deny.
That's why you can't cheat too much. The Bobcats have enough players that can hurt you.
Yeah, Desi Burgart with a chance.
Yeah, a little bit of a miscommunication entering into the offensive zone, and the D for Michigan shifting over, and Burghardt, who last weekend in the championship game gets elevated to the second line. Dealt with some injuries this season, but Rand Pecknold had just been waiting for him to get himself back in shape. And Eric Portillo, the big Swede, making the big save on Desi Burghardt.
Yeah, he's one of those fifth-year players, 24 years old, Burghardt, and that's what this Quinnipiac team has. We talked about it. Fantilli rips that off the faceoff, but ripped it wide. It was on edge. We mentioned he's going to be out there probably just about every offensive zone faceoff the rest of the way. Hughes on there now, trying to make a move. Shot! Saved by Peretz. He battled that rebound in front. Really starting to see McGroarty, Colby, use his big body and get to the net. Number 2 trying to cause some havoc that Naurato wanted as he talked to Victoria.
Yeah, we see why Rutger McGroarty was a first-round pick by the Winnipeg Jets. It's because the kid is fearless around the net. He's not afraid to get his nose dirty. He scores all of his goals right around the blue paint, does a lot of the dirty work for Michigan's top line.
Nazar will try to win this draw. He's got Casey behind him. Dylan Duke is on a wing now with Nazar. Samiskevich. So Nazar's been moved up the lineup as this game's gone on. We mentioned the top line talent.
TJ Hughes moved down to the third line, and Nazar up to the top.
Trying to stack that skill together the rest of the way down a goal. And here he comes. Nazar in the open ice. Nice drop pass, Samiskevich. Couple of first-round picks. The iron here in Tampa has been a story. It was the story in the first game. Almost cost Minnesota a win as they hit multiple posts in their game. And tonight, in game 2, it's Michigan's turn. Coming so close, hitting the iron. Fantilli, saw him ring one. Ciccolini hit the post. And here comes Fantilli. Shot blocked. Good block by Rastanen. And now here come Quinnipiac with numbers. They'll just chip it in and play it safe and retreat. Fantilli reverses to Brindley. Now Michigan, here they go again. Looking for the equalizer. And there's the man they want with the puck. Adam Fantilli.
Oh, good back check there. Real nice back pressure by the Bobcats, just continuing to harp on the details.
Tellier just dumps it in. They're not going to take a chance, pass into a trailer. They're going to keep going forward and into the net. Zach Metsa. First to the bench, does a little dance in front of Kobe. Just threw it at the net. That's the third kind of quirky goal of the game, Kobe.
What a backbreaker for Quinnipiac with the shot. Harmless looking wrister. Look at Rand Pecknold's wife. A little bit of rejoicing. A deep breath. She knows her husband's team is almost unbeatable. Up by 2 goals in a third period. Wow. Butchie, I did not see that coming.
Oh, short side shelf over the left shoulder of a very tall goaltender. The 5th-year senior Mesa. Saved by Peretz. We mentioned that was the story coming in again. Multiple teenagers against a bunch of guys in their early to mid-20s. And Metsa from Deerfield, Wisconsin, gets his 9th goal of the year and gives the Bobcats a 2-goal lead with less than 6.5 to go. The Wolverines are now in trouble. See how they respond. Edwards fires. Granowitz behind the net. He looks to wrap it around. Peretz, much more mobile and athletic looking than Portillo around that net. Lombardi, the forward, comes down low to help out. Number 4 has had a good NCAA tournament in Bridgeport and here in Tampa. Ethan Edwards. Can't get around Colin Graff. They'll try again. Here comes Luke Hughes. To TJ Hughes. No relation. Back come the Bobcats. The top line of Lipkin, Quillen, and Graff. Good two-way hockey players, and now they retreat. Make it difficult for Michigan to advance. Samiskevich will carry. Sends it across. Can't handle it. Broken up. And back come the Bobcats. Dylan Duke just could not handle that sweet pass from Samiskevich. It rode up to the heel of his stick and couldn't get one off.
They're going to need a big individual play from somebody.
That was one from Samiskevich. He created that good opportunity, but
cannot be surprised by the puck around the net. This icing gets waved off.
Wow. Brindley showing good speed, gets back to it. Now here comes McGroarty. Rutger McGroarty has help, but again, that back pass was intercepted by DeYoung. We'll see now when Brendan Naranjo is going to pull his goalie down to. Usually it's in that 3-minute mark. Roughly there. See, it depends who's on the ice. Tip in front, puck is loose. But the Bobcats get the break. Chip it out. Portillo sends it around to Brindley. Approaching 4 minutes left. Will it be the Golden Gophers and the Bobcats in the title game on Saturday, or can Michigan pull off a Michigan miracle? Nazar pressuring. Wolverines 3 deep here. Pass open in front, but again, another play unable to connect.
Yeah, that one bounced off Nazar's skate. He just wasn't able to kick it to the blade. The ice a little bit chippy. We're under 4 minutes here. This is do or die time.
Yeah, the sand is pouring through the hourglass of Michigan season. It's looking better for the Bobcats by the moment. Quillen already got 2. He's got a man in front, his grasp, but the pass is too far in front, and then he'll go change. They got to start thinking about pulling Portillo soon.
Oh, I think next rush up the ice, you have to get him off, especially the way Michigan can control the puck.
Just don't think it hasn't worked out as he's changing lines. They don't have the puck. Now he's got to sprint to the bench. Just follow his last skater here. But they just can't get possession now. We'll try again. Here's their chance. Portillo.
Here he comes.
Here he comes. Samiskevich. They got to get 2 on the puck. The net is empty. The Bobcats have a 2-goal lead. Michigan needs 2 in the final 2.5 to send this to overtime. TJ Hughes, no. Glove down by Casey. Seamus Casey. Here he is. Sends it down low to Samiskevich behind the net. Samiskevich at the point now. Luke Hughes can't block that. This will be icing. This will give Michigan a chance to rest and set up a play. They need 2 in 2:19 now. There's Zach Metza, who made it 4-2.
Yeah, Portillo just a little sleepy, caught off the post, losing his position in the net. You always talk about a goaltender's hockey IQ and their awareness into a situation.
Wow.
And Michigan is going to use their timeout.
So Portillo will remain on the bench. They have the offensive zone face-off they need with 2:19 to go.
They really need to win this face-off, and Narado, the coach for Michigan, drawing up a play. See McGroarty's line, Nazar, they're all around him. Gotta think they're gonna look to get Fantilli a one-timer off this face-off, whether they pull it to the middle and they dish it to the weak side, or they just go with it off the draw.
Brennan Narado led the Wolverines to a 7-1 start this season, the best run to start a coaching career in Michigan hockey history. In his first year, this is his first year, he's guided them to Frozen Four with a chance to play for and win their 10th national championship. But the hole is now deep for the first-year coach. No longer has the interim tag. He'll lean on Adam Fantilli to try to provide some magic.
So Fantilli will take this draw.
Again, Skylar Brindamore.
So 5 forwards on the ice as well. Oh, the Bobcats, they're going to use their timeout.
Okay, so we got 5 forwards and Luke Hughes from Michigan.
I like this move by Pecknold. He looked at the personnel. He wanted to make a little bit of a tweak.
4 goals for Quinnipiac. Here they are. And a couple of bank shots. That was the first from Quillen. Quillen again. And then there's the second bank shot from Lipkin. And then Zach Metza, short side shelf. He would have won a prize in a carnival before he placed that shot. And the Pecknold family knows that they are close to another chance at a national championship. And there's Quillen. Maybe he'll get his hat trick in an empty netter as his team sets up their defensive formation.
Yeah, and you can see Rand talking to his players. It's a partnership between him and some of these guys. They've been around, they've played 150 plus games. And I gotta say, if you were gonna draw it up on how they would win this hockey game, those are the goals that they would score.
Yeah.
They would continue to plug away, they would block a lot of shots, and they'd have a late game lead. So it's gone their way so far, but still 2 minutes and 19 seconds remaining. What does Adam Fantilli have up his sleeve?
2 goals and an assist, plus 3 for Jacob Quillen in this game. He's had a sensational NCAA tournament. 52 50-50 face-off. The Wolverines have it. Extra attacker on. They need 2 goals in the final 2 minutes. Samiskevich, Luke Hughes, wrist shot. Save in front. Metsa will try to clear softly up the wall. Good play by Luke Hughes. Sends it across, but it's intercepted. Good mid-play by Lipkin. That'll be icing on Quinnipiac. So under 2 minutes now. Face-off back at the Bobcat, and both teams out of timeouts.
Well, we've got the true freshman in Sam Lipkin out on the ice with Brindamore and DeYoung. This is not the normal look line, and Lipkin just made a big-time defensive play.
Brindley helps out on the face-off. It's tied up, all kinds of sticks going for it. Quinnipiac has it. Oh, excellent play to break it up. It's Hughes, but then he loses it. In alone, DeYoung scores! Ethan DeYoung ices it for Quinnipiac, and they're going to the title game. A goal and a penalty. Remember, in college hockey, on
Michigan
the late
penalty, 2 minutes.
you still
Looking.
serve it, even if a goal is scored.
Well, this is how you draw it up. Ethan DeYoung wins a puck battle. That's indicative of how the game has gone. Hughes on the wrong side of the puck has to take the hooking penalty, probably not quite realizing what the rule is, and penalty or not, climbing back 3 with this time, not gonna happen, Butchie.
Portillo still in the net for now, down 3, and guess he'll stay there now. Power play, Bobcats. 90 seconds left, so for the second year in a row, a star-studded Michigan team's going to lose in the semifinal. Last year, Matty Beniers, Owen Power. This year, Fantilli. For the second straight year, Luke Hughes.
Makes me wonder if we might see Adam Fantilli back in a Michigan jersey next season. I know he's loved his time here. Got a chance to meet his dad last night.
Quinnipiac for another save as Quillen was going for the hat trick on the power play. Mazar, he's taken off the puck nicely by Jake Johnson.
Yeah, good play.
Here's Quillen back at it on the power play. Quillen with 2 goals, looking for 3. Graf saved by Portillo. Like you said, Colby, decisions to be made. Fantilli will likely be the second pick of the draft. He can come back and play again if he'd like. Play with his brother again. He talked about how much he enjoyed playing with his brother.
There's a blueprint for it. A lot of players have done that second year at Michigan. Luke Hughes, Quinn Hughes.
Samiskevich sends it across. Shot high and wide. Portillo is out of the net 30 seconds ago, down 3. Quillen, empty net, sends it across unselfishly. Tellier in front, goes wide. Ciccolini. He hit the post earlier in this period. Peretz once again gets the job done. Quinnipiac will win for the 33rd time this year. It's a new program record, and they're going back to the championship game here in Tampa. It'll be Bobcats and the Gophers, Saturday night, 8 o'clock in Hamden, Connecticut, 7 o'clock in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The national championship will be on the line. Minnesota trying to win their first in 20 years. Quinnipiac trying to win their first in the history of the institution.
That's exactly what you want. The two teams that were the best two teams all season, they will square off. A lot of offense against a lot of defense.
The #1 overall seed Gophers against the #2 overall seed Quinnipiac Bobcats, as the student athletes shake hands at center ice here in Tampa. Jacob Quillen, 2 goals. His fine NCAA tournament continues. He now has 4 goals and 2 assists in the 3 games. Yanni Perez, so many doubters. Are his numbers for real? He's for real. His team is for real. And can you imagine to win your first national championship beating Minnesota and Michigan at the Frozen Four? What could be sweeter than that?